As well. Nery comes in with a record of 29-0, Payano 21-2. To the ring, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the fabulous MGM Grand Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. As Premier Boxing Champions presents our big night of action coming your way. It's Fox Sports BBC pay-per-view, and it's all brought to you by Tecate, the official beer of boxing, Innovate Motors, O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day, Twin Peaks, Eats, Drinks, Scenic Views, and Fashion Nova, the #1 Googled fashion brand in the world. Tonight's broadcast is also available to our military personnel joining us around the world on the AFN television service. Introducing to you our three judges scoring this bout in the ring from ringside, we have Max DeLuca, John McKay, and Ricardo Ocasio. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled in a bantamweight special attraction. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing dark blue trunks with camouflage trim. Fighting out of Miami, Florida by way of La Vega in the Dominican Republic, he weighed in at already 117 1/2 pounds. His record stands at 21 wins, 2 losses, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the two-time Olympian, the current world rank contender, and the former bantamweight champion of the world known as Baby Pacquiao, introducing Juan Carlos Payano. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, this 12-round attraction, wearing black trunks, gold trim, hailing from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. He weighed in at the bantamweight limit of 118 pounds, undefeated in his campaign in the ring with an outstanding record of 29 wins, no losses, 23 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the current electrifying #1 contender tonight, seeking his 11th consecutive knockout. Introducing the undefeated former WBC bantamweight champion of the world, Luis Pantera Nery. And here is our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of the action, Vic Draculich.
All right, gentlemen, this is for the WBC Silver Bantamweight title. You received your instructions in the dressing room. Again, I want to caution you. Any punches below this area, any punches below this area will be called low. Golpes debajo de este punto será llamado bajo. With that said, I want you to obey my commands, protect yourselves at all times. Obedezca mis comandos y protegerse a su mismo siempre. Touch them up now. Good luck to both of you. Tóquenlos. Buena suerte, ambos.
Okay. Luis Nery with a record of 29-0, 23 via knockout, including his last 10 fights, which have averaged only 4 rounds. He's knocked out 14 of his last 15 opponents. Across the way, 11 years older than Nery, 35-year-old Juan Carlos Payano, nicknamed Baby Pacquiao. He's never met Manny Pacquiao. He did see him at the press conference earlier this week. And we are underway. A pair of former bantamweight champions scheduled for 12 rounds on pay-per-view here in Las Vegas. Kenny Albert along with Lennox Lewis and the WBC welterweight champ, Sean Porter.
No punches have been landed yet, but I think it's very important that we point out right now, Luis Nery has tremendous power in both hands.
Nery turned pro at the age of 17 after only 9 amateur bouts. This is his second fight in the United States. Defeated McJoe Arroyo back in March on pay-per-view in Arlington, Texas. Payano, a 2-time Olympian. 10 of his last 11 fights have taken place in the U.S.
Payano has a lot of history behind him and experience, so he's been in plenty of these type of fights, and he was happy for this fight because he wants to show his talent once again and show that the last fight where he lost was just because he didn't warm up properly.
Manny Pacquiao checking out the fight. Pacquiao and Thurman in our main event on pay-per-view later tonight from MGM Grand Garden Arena.
Oh, big left hand there from Payano.
Caught him good.
It's his movement right now, and he's busy. I do appreciate Luis Nery being patient, but the busyness right now, Payano with his hands and his foot movement, it looks like it's giving Luis Nery a little bit of trouble right now.
Anytime you're in there against a puncher, you don't want to be a stand-in target.
You gotta move. Yeah, and that's a sign of respect, but also a sign of game plan. When this guy's got power, just like you said, then it's important to keep moving and not allow that guy to get his balance to land those heavy shots.
You ought to look at Keith Thurman checking out the action as well, live in his locker room.
Clash of heads there.
40 seconds remaining in round one, scheduled for 12 in the Bantamweight division. Luis Nery from Tijuana, Mexico. Juan Carlos Payano from the Dominican Republic, currently living in Miami.
Nery's just being cool right now. He's seeing what's in front of him. He's trying to figure out a game plan and seeing what Payano's putting at him.
No, I agree with that 100%, but let's also point out that the theme of tonight is youth versus experience, and right now I think the experience has the upper hand.
Time winding down in round one. Join us on Twitter. Let us know who you got in tonight's pay-per-view main event between Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman. 71% of our viewers who have voted via Twitter think it will be Pacquiao. The other 29% have gone for Thurman. I wonder if Keith may register a few votes while he's watching back in the locker room.
I don't think he's paying any mind to that. He's focused. He knows what he needs to do.
There he is, turning away from the screen. Tweet your vote to @BBC on Fox. 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao. This is his home venue. His 15th fight tonight at MGM Grand. That ties Floyd Mayweather for the most at this venue all time.
Wow, he's in the history books now. This is great.
Lennox, right now we were just watching the wait. How was the wait for you in the back room? I hate it. Right there. Those guys just waiting, watching the fights and all that.
Yeah, them guys want to get it started.
I hate the wait.
For me, if I'm able to watch a fight, that kind of gets me in the mood. So these guys are watching some great fights back there. So it gets them in the mood.
As you see, Nery landed only one punch. He threw only 5 in the first round. Payano landed 7 of 29.
What's a hold?
And no, part of the reason when he came in the ring, he wasn't really that warmed up. So it may take him a couple rounds to get warmed up.
That's how it goes for some guys. But Payano, being the older veteran, he can't afford to start off slow. So I think he's doing the right things right now by, even if it's just a joke over the hands or just a feint, it's doing enough to keep Nery at bay, and he's able to get off when he wants to get off.
Yeah, Payano has to be careful. Anytime he's coming in, so far there's been 2 clashes of heads.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been that detrimental to both fighters, but they have to be careful down the line.
It's definitely wild right now. It's him lunging in, it's him, rushing in with punches. But it's effective, and that's something I've said about myself. Sometimes you do what's effective, and if the rough stuff is effective and it works, that's what you got to do.
Nery and Payano, both southpaws. Nery unbeaten in his professional career. Record of 29-0. He's knocked out his last 10 opponents. Payano at 21-2. He started by winning his first 17 bouts, but has lost 2 of his last 6.
So Sean, you're saying if his head's effective, he's supposed to use it?
No, that ain't what I said. I said he's being I said he's being. It's a little wild. His style's a little wild, but it's effective. Don't do that to me. But no, seriously, it's right now it's what we call unorthodox, but it's movement that is sometimes is unnecessary, sometimes it makes sense. It's keeping Nery off balance. It's not allowing Nery to set up. A guy that's strong and powerful like Nery, that's what you need. You need to keep him off balance and not allow him to set up the punches.
And Nery needs to pick up the punch pace.
Exactly.
Because he's not really doing too much right now. He's just really following him around and not throwing no punches.
Exactly. And through 2 rounds, Payano could very well be winning this fight. But Nery's young. I think he's pacing himself and also trying to find himself in the ring right now. And,
as you see, he's landed only 6 punches to this point.
And, you know, at some point, he'll catch up to him like that.
Again, the referee, Vic Draculich, telling both fighters to watch their heads.
And even right there is a prime example. Like I said, when you're powerful, you need to set up. And Nery just went for it. When he went for it, he was successful going for it.
2 rounds in the books here in Las Vegas, scheduled for 12. Luis Nery and Juan Carlos Payano. Payano, 35 years of age, fighting in Las Vegas for the 2nd time. Former WBA Bantamweight champion. And Nery, 24, 11 years younger than his opponent. All smiles in his corner. Let's listen into the corner of Payano with our Felix de Jesus.
Got to work upstairs and work downstairs too. We're in the 3rd round only. You got to pick up the pace. Come on, let's go. We practice this, so let's get it going. It's there. He's not going to last that long, 8 rounds. He's not going to last the last 8 rounds like that if you keep the pressure going. Let's go. Let's go. You understand. The hands upstairs, okay?
Our Felix de Jesus in the corner of Payano, the former WBA Bantamweight champ, facing Nery, who is the former WBC Bantamweight title holder. We mentioned Payano's nickname Baby Pacquiao. Well, Nery idolized Manny Pacquiao. He said it's a dream come true to fight on this card tonight. He said, in my opinion, the nickname Baby Pacquiao might be a little too big for Juan Carlos Payano.
Yeah, he's going to have to prove that he's a baby Pacquiao.
We call it, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm sure Pacquiao's friends are saying, nah, he's not a baby Pacquiao. There's only one Pacquiao.
Well, you know what? There is only one Pacquiao, but when you're a good fighter, you take something from everyone. We call that biting off the style. And the style right now that Payano was losing with his herky-jerky movement, like that of Manny Pacquiao, I can understand why he calls himself Baby Pacquiao.
Only 5 years younger than Manny.
That's cousin Pacquiao, huh?
Right. The 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao and 30-year-old Keith Thurman in our main event on pay-per-view later tonight here in Las Vegas. This is round 3, scheduled for 12. Kenny Albert, Lennox Lewis, and the champ, Sean Porter. In Joe Goossen's chair, Joe getting set to train Sergey Lipinets later tonight on pay-per-view as he will take on JR in zone.
There's one thing for me when I fight, I try to get a guy out of doing what he does well. And one sign of that is when the guy starts to do different things. Right now we're seeing Luis, now his hands are up, but we just saw him juggling his hands a little bit. Do you think he might be a little uncomfortable right now?
I think he's still getting warmed up and he's, trying to figure out Payano and, trying to get through to him, but he's not that effective at the moment.
That's it. He just needs Payano to be close. And he lured Payano into fighting his fight right there.
Nery telling us, I don't want to win by decision. He's knocked out his last 10 opponents. Final minute of round 3, scheduled for 12 in the Bantamweight division.
See, if Nery wants to catch up with him, this is where he needs to catch up with him, on the ropes.
Yep. He should be going, right? It's got to be go time right there. Yeah. Too much space right now, I think.
Another warning to Payano from the referee, Vic Draculich. Down to 20 seconds remaining in round 3.
Payano is still busy. That's the best fight plan that he can have, is to be busy against a power puncher that just wants to walk you down and break you down. Off-balance punches, jabs to the body, step over to the left and the straight left. You know, it's all working for him right now.
Let's check in with Heidi Entro. Heidi.
Thank you very much, Kenny. Here with the Charlo brothers. They're in the house tonight. You just fought here 3 weeks ago at the Mandalay Bay. Talk to me. We've been waiting for this Tony Harrison rematch. What have you heard?
Well, I haven't heard anything, but you know, I'm waiting as well. But we'll be ready. Whenever he's ready, we will be ready. Anybody in the weight division, we're ready for anybody.
All right, now, champ, you just defended your title 1 week after your brother, but you broke your hand, I think, or you hurt your hand. Give us the scoop. How's the hand?
I had a hairline fracture, but we over it. You know, it's healing and the swelling's going down. I'm looking better.
Who would you like to face next?
You know, one of the top guys in my division. So, you know, I got the belt, so we'll see what we do.
All right, now the hard question. Predictions. Who you got in the main event tonight, Jamel?
Right now, I'm edging for Pacquiao, just because I feel like he's urging the age, and you know, he got to, you know, come out with a bang on this one.
All right, does the twin brother agree? Who you going with?
I got the younger, hungrier Thurman, you know.
Did you guys put a bet on it?
Yeah, we already did.
What'd you bet?
500.
All right, I love it. Guys, back to you.
All right, so a split decision as far as the Charlo brothers are concerned, as they look ahead to the main event on pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's a hard one to pick, but you know, we've all got boxing minds out there, and we've got our favorites, and we've got our reasons why we think who's going to win.
Sean, who has the edge in this bout over the first 3 rounds?
Right now, I say Payano's up 2-1. I think the last round was a close round for both of those guys. I think Nery won that last round, but he won that round by being aggressive. He won that round by taking some chances and throwing his punches, getting close to Payano. That's what he's got to do to win this fight.
After Nery did not throw many punches, did not land many over the first 2 rounds, came out a bit in the third. Payano has been very busy. He's thrown at least 28 punches in every round, 47 in the second.
And in these kind of fights, you gotta be careful, because the fight could slip away from you round by round. So Nery needs to really pick up the pace now and get it started.
He's got to pick up the pace. He did it last round, and it was success there. So to me, in the 4th round, you're done warming up, as you would say. I was already warm from the opening bell. But now you need to see this right here, and it's got to be this consistently until he gets Payano out of there. He can do that. And if he doesn't do this consistently, then we have to take a look at what was his conditioning like, what was his night like, what was his day before getting into the ring like.
Well, he seems kind of sluggish, a little bit sluggish. You know, every round, when he starts every round, he's jumping up. He's trying to get a little bit warmer, trying to get his muscles going. So,
well, to that point, guys, Nery came in a half-pound overweight at the weigh-in yesterday, and 118 and a half, and he had 1 hour to get down to 118. So what kind of an effect could that have?
That's a big question right there. You know, I forgot all about that. I forgot. We'll let that play out. He's too far away. He needs to be closer to Payano right now so that he can get back on him and put the pressure on Payano so that Payano knows, yeah, you are in the ring with a power punch.
Yeah, but Payano caught him with a good body shot early in this round, which Nery squinched at and showed that it hurt him.
Right, and then again, being a half a pound to a pound overweight and having to go back and get some more work in, that may be showing up in the ring right now as well.
Although he has come on over the last 2 rounds. Time winding down in round 4.
No, todo bien. Todo está bien. A ver.
We're fine, we're fine. Now you just got to get a little closer, okay? He holds me, that's what I don't want. Okay, start using the hook then. If he wants to hold you, you just keep using the hook to keep him away. Everything is good. He got a little hurt last round, so just keep going. Okay? He's a little panicked already, so let's take advantage of that.
Right here, Nery's doing the right thing. This is what he's got to do to finish this fight. He's got to get Payano against the ropes. He's got to rough him up. He's got to let him know that he's there, and he does have the power that Payano read about and saw in video. Body shots, good body attack. He's got to be more consistent with it.
Round 5 scheduled for 12 in the Bantamweight division. Luis Nery unbeaten, 10 straight knockouts. 35-year-old Juan Carlos Payano at 21-2. Again, big Praculas. Referee steps in.
There you go. There you go. He's got to step to him.
Nery has to be careful because these punches are coming out kind of wild, and you know, always a straight punch always beats a wild punch like that. So he's got to be careful throwing those punches. He may get caught in between.
You know what, I think guys that believe in their power, they throw wider shots. They think that those wide shots are the shots that will land and take a guy out. And I agree with you 100%. He's got to be concerned with the punches that are coming straight as he throws the looping punches.
Let's check in with our unofficial score, Marcos Villegas. Marcos.
I've been 38-38, all tied up. You know, the first 2 rounds, we didn't see much from Nery, but as soon as he started getting active and throwing punches, I think he's been throwing the better punches and more effective on the inside. I know the herky-jerkiness of Payano is giving Nery a little bit of problems, but he scores points when he's on the inside.
All right, thanks, Marcos. Would you guys agree?
No, I agree 100%. I think right now it's really close and competitive fight as well. Much more competitive than I thought coming in. Both these guys are throwing leather.
He spoke to Payano's trainer, Herman Caicedo, yesterday, and he feels that Payano, his style works well against fellow southpaws. They matched up better against southpaws than right-handers.
And he seems very comfortable right now. He seems like he knows exactly what he wants to do, when he wants to do it. And, you know, the punches are wild. They're not, you know, the cleanest combinations, but they are effective and they're working.
And he's using the ring up really well. He's not in one spot. He's still moving.
Payano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the most effective thing he's doing is the movement, the herky-jerkiness. I think this is what we may see later on tonight in the main event. You may see Pacquiao has that rhythm and that in-and-out motion that may give the power punching PacquiaoThurman some problems. Good body shots there. And that's what I would like to see. I would like to see Luis Nery go to the body. You know, Lennox, the body attack slows down the feet, the head movement, the hand speed, all of that.
Five rounds in the books here in Las Vegas. Luis Nery and Juan Carlos Payano. Leo Santa Cruz checking out the action, the WBA World Featherweight Champ. Sean, your next opponent.
Here he is.
Errol Spence Jr. September 28th on pay-per-view.
He looks bored.
Big press conference earlier today.
Yeah, look at that suit, baby.
You brought a couple of outfits as well. Keeping up with Joe Goosen.
I can't, yeah. No, they told me what Joe was going to do. They say he's bringing 5 suits. I said, all right. 2 suits will do for me.
Sean, have you ever boxed anybody shorter than you?
Man, listen. Are you taking some jabs at me right now?
Absolutely not.
The answer to that question is, I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember.
Lennox, did you ever box anyone taller than you?
Yes, I have. And, you know, I always said to myself, okay, he's taller than me, I'm going to knock him out.
never worried you?
Well, even if he's taller than me, he's not tougher than me.
I heard Luis Nery's corner tell him, that's it, keep going, now get closer to him. He's got to get closer. He's got to start going to the body. He's a former champion, and he'll be in the getting past Payano. He'll be in another championship fight soon. But I need to see your experience. I need you to know that you should be going to the body. I need you to know that you should be cutting off the ring and using your jab to get close to Payano.
He's not doing that right now. He's waiting for that perfect shot.
That's the problem with power punchers. They're always looking for that perfect shot.
And, you know, but when they're looking at it, they get caught with punches.
And again, we're 6 rounds in now. You're warmed up, and you're still moving a little sluggish. You know, you're still, you know, you're plotting a little bit with both feet. And again, like you said, you're looking more than you're punching, and that's just not how it was done. So I'm really questioning his conditioning. I'm questioning his state of mind right now.
Total punches landed, 56 by Nery. Payano 67. Only one in the first round for Nery.
He's uncomfortable.
Nery just wants to be able to punch. He doesn't like the fact that when he gets close, he can't punch.
Yeah, he's uncomfortable.
See, in the exchanges like this,
who wins the exchanges?
Nery
wins them,
yeah,
right? Yeah. But it's not enough in each round. It's not enough, so it makes it a close round. But you know, the movement and the hand speed of Payano is making every round just very, very close. 50-50 rounds.
Final minute, round 6, scheduled for 12. Both former champions of the Bantamweight division. Luis Nery, Juan Carlos Payano. Coming up later tonight on pay-per-view, Manny Pacquiao and the unbeaten champ Keith Thurman.
So we talked about Luis needing to be more aggressive. We talked about him needing to cut off the ring, get close to Payano, all of those different things. He's landed 6 more punches per round than he did starting the fight.
See, Nery's getting punches thrown at him, but he's not answering the call.
Yeah.
He needs to throw punches back.
And Payano's not letting him get close.
And Payano's doing the right thing, you know, throwing punches when he gets close hold.
Oh, big flurry at the end of round 6. Well, Sean, we had a look at your impressive wardrobe at the press conference earlier today with Errol Spence Jr. Check out Lennox on the cover of Cigar and Spirits magazine.
Look at him.
Look good, Lennox.
That's a good look for you right there,
Hey,
man.
thank you. That's the business look.
That's a really good look.
Have you signed a copy of the cover for Sean?
Later on, I'll give
It's
you a
at
copy.
home, man.
Nah,
It's at
man.
home.
It's okay.
I'll get another one. You guys sign that
No
for
problem.
me. Appreciate you.
We had a nice get-together of champions earlier today. Lennox, Sean, our Ray Boom Boom Mancini, Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
That's what fights like this, fight nights like this, brings out not just the stars, but also the fighters. We're all big fight fans, and we want to see good fights when we're not the ones in there doing it.
And it's great to see a lot of boxers in the audience as well. So that means they can come out and bring their girlfriends, wives, or whatever, and enjoy the fight.
I have my people, they call them my colleagues. So I'm always amongst my colleagues.
And you'll be in the ring with one of your colleagues on pay-per-view September 28th.
There you go.
Our Joe Goosen in the locker room with Sergey Lipinets, getting set to face J.R. Insole. Omar Figueroa Jr. will take on Yordenis Ugas. And then our main event, Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman. There's Joe.
Nery seems like he's almost waiting for Payano to wait to step in and throw a punch so he can throw a punch at the same time.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too, but the hand speed is what's getting him. Yeah, Payano's got superior hand speed over Luis Nery right now.
Nery averaging 39 punches thrown per round. Over his last 5 bouts, he's averaged 76. So only half of that number over the first 6 rounds here tonight.
Nery looks calm. He looks focused. He doesn't look worried. I haven't heard what the corner is saying to him, but I don't see a sense of urgency, and I think that's what we need to see right now.
Well, even the corner's a little bit too relaxed for me. They should be telling him
Big
to go
punches
for
right there. Big punches right there. Big left, overhand left right there. Payano's hurt. He's trying to fight back. Now the hold. That was a good experience, veteran tactics right there. He said, I couldn't get away. Gravel. Now, if you're Nery, keep going. Why stop? Why slow down?
Yeah, I mean, he's still working for that, waiting for that perfect shot. In this kind of situation, you gotta make your openings by throwing punches, throwing combinations. But he's doing the right thing. He's waiting for Payano to throw punches first, and then he's answering the call.
He's catching up to him now. You know, he's starting to land some heavy blows. I like to see more of him to the body. I think that slows down an older guy like Payano. Also changes up the rhythm and the flow of the fight. You know, his body attack hasn't been consistent. The head shots, very consistent. The overhand left, I can see that being a very, very effective punch for Luis Nery as this fight continues. There it is, the overhand left.
Payano up against the ropes. 25 seconds remaining in round 7.
Nery does something really good, which you have to catch. He's throwing the combination, then he's throwing him back into the ropes and saying, no, I'm not allowing you to hold me. I want to throw punches.
Yeah.
Stop holding me. So I'm pushing you away.
Yeah. See, now this is the Nery I know. Nery's going to stalk you. He's going to walk you down. He's going to hit you hard.
Nery with a smile on his face. He heads to his corner, pumping up the crowd.
There you go. All right. The body attack, that's what I've been talking about all night. Right here, he takes a blow to give a blow. Now your blow's got to make sense and it's got to mean something. And I think right here, he took quite a few to the body right here and then right there to the head. But the main focus right now for him should be the body attack. And then he's letting us know that I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great. No worries on this side. I'll get the job done.
Well, he's got 2 more rounds to get the job done.
And this is what he wants. He wants to become an American star. Things like, you know, pumping up the crowd, letting the crowd know, we're going to get it done tonight. You know, he makes me a believer that knockout's going to come.
Fighting in the United States for the second time. Payano seemed to have the edge early, but his punches landed have been decreasing over the last 4 rounds. Let's check in with Marcos Villegas. Marcos.
Got it 67 to 66, Kenny, and the punch output from Nery is starting to grow a little bit. When he's on the inside, he's scoring, though he's missing when Payano gets that jab hand out and he moves. He's missing a lot of punches, which is causing him not to score. But overall, I think over the last 3-4 rounds, he's been getting the better of the exchanges over Payano.
You guys agree?
I agree with Marcos 100%.
I agree with that too.
He's turned it up. And wow, Payano tried to bring it right back to him. There you go. He's doubling up.
Nery in the 7th round, more punches thrown and landed than in every other round so far tonight.
Hey, Lennox, you have any like younger brothers or sisters?
Yes.
They ever get at you and you look at them like you're nothing because you know you're bigger, you're stronger, and you're gonna get to them. I feel like that's what's going on right now. I feel like Nery is looking at Payano like it's only a matter of time, buddy, before I get you out of here.
Round 8 scheduled for 12. Luis Nery has knocked out his last 10 opponents. He averaged only 4 rounds in those 10 fights. We are now in round 8.
You know, I agree with Marcos. I think that that Luis Nery is winning the fight. But again, I said that Nery wants to be a American star in this sport of boxing. In order for him to do that, he's got to turn it up another level, get to that body, and knock out Payano.
And Nery caught Payano with a good right, left, hurt him a little bit. As you can see, his nose is bleeding, so it was a great shot.
You know what I like about Luis Nery when he goes to the body? His punches are kind of loopy, and they loop just enough to get underneath the elbows and dig right there where it needs to go to the body. And then the overhand left. That overhand left is going to be key this fight.
Payano looks a bit winded, especially in this last round.
The movement isn't the same, is it?
It isn't the same. He's slowed down completely. And this is where you have to be careful because he's looking a little weary and they're tired, and he looks susceptible to any punch right now.
And the blood streaming down the right side of his face, the right of Payano's nose.
See, this is Luis Nery's fight. I'm going to walk you down. I'll take some punches, but I'm going to give you some big punches to the body and to the head, and I'm going to knock you out. He's got Carlos Juan Payano bleeding, leaking, steadily retreating now, but without the punches that he had earlier on.
Final seconds, round 8.
You okay?
This is where Payano came out. He came out in a hurry. He came out throwing a lot of combinations right now and had Nery up against the ropes. I guess he wanted to say, yeah, I'm still here, buddy.
Nery says, I'm big brother here. And he's going right back at him, to the head and to the body. The looping shots, those are the shots that get him. That's a left hook. From the southpaw stance, it's a left hook. And that's not a punch that most fighters expect coming from that stance. Then he just continues to pour it on. That's what he's got to do. He's got to continue to step forward on the Payano as this fight continues and pour it on until he gets the job done.
30th pro fight for Nery. It's only the second time he's gone past the 8th round. Win 10 with Martin Casillas back in 2016.
Back.
You know what? Looking at him right now, Luis Nery, I don't question his conditioning. I don't question his heart. I don't question whether or not he's ready to win this 12-round fight. It's just a matter of how he gets it done.
Bit of a filling out process early for Nery, but he's come on strong over the last 5-6 rounds as he looks to maintain his unbeaten career record.
Payano's busy. He's not landing, but he's busy. That keeps Luis Nery off of him. The problem is he has to continue to do that in order for him to keep Luis Nery off of him. See, when you slow a guy down, then you can look. Then you can pick your punches and fight and figure out what punch you want to throw and where to throw it. Now he's got the timing that he needs, Luis Nery.
Yeah, but Nery is allowing Payano to escape.
Yes.
You know, he should set more traps for him and not allow him to move around, especially in these later parts of the round where he's a bit tired. Right here, this is where he has him in the corner. This is where he should be shooting. It should be a gunfight right now. Where he's,
down goes Payano.
I did not see it.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I think it was the left hand, but body? Yeah, to the body.
Great
left
body.
Hook, left hook to the body.
He's not gonna make it.
Wow, left hook to the body. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Sean, I wasn't expecting that punch. I thought it was going to be more.
Yeah, we were like having a conversation and everything, then he just goes down.
You know, he's been receiving a lot of punches in this fight, but that punch didn't seem like the punch that would end it.
That punch is, it freezes you.
Yeah, and it's
always a delay, right?
Yeah, and it's almost that body shot that you don't expect.
Yep.
But yet you see the results after the guy starts laying down on the ground.
And that was a build-up. I think that knockdown, this knockout, it was a build-up, and it just took some time.
And I don't think it was a situation where he's winded. Was he winded, or he just caught a part of a rib?
He wasn't winded. He caught a part of the the rib. I don't know what part of the rib he caught, but look at Payano right now. He's really, really hurt. Yeah. This is the punch right here. Now, we're both saying, you gotta go. And then the hook right there. And the delay. That's the delay. That's what gets us every time. We're like, what happened? We missed the punch.
It was right under the rib cage, right there.
It's right here. Perfect punch, perfect timing.
Oh, there's the delay right there.
And then there's the delay. The crazy part is Payano wanted to continue. He wanted to grab him. He wanted to continue the fight, but then it's debilitating. He couldn't continue.
And you're right, he wanted to grab him. He had his right hand out to grab him, but he got caught under that rib, and if nobody's ever got caught under the rib before, it's painful. Especially when you're not expecting it.
Let's check. We got another replay right here. I said, I'm like, what was that? You took a step back, like, yeah, that was perfect. The last one I remember like that is Oscar De La Hoya versus Bernard Hopkins. Remember Bernard put Oscar De La Hoya down, and Oscar had no answer for that. You know, he's like, I've been hit to the body before, but this one was just different. When you carry the kind of power that Luis Nery carries, a hook to the body like that is just different.
For Luis Nery, his 11th consecutive knockout. Goes to 30-0 in his professional career. It took 9 rounds. Nery remains unbeaten. To the ring, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 43 seconds in round number 9. Our referee in charge, Vic Draculich, reaches the count of 10. He is the winner by way of knockout. He is still undefeated. Luis Pantera